Robert Mugabe, the legacy of resilience and African liberation. What drives a man to face insurmountable odds for the freedom of his people? Robert Mugabe dared to dream of a free Zimbabwe, sparking a revolutionary fire that burned through colonial oppression. His journey wasn't just a fight for land. It embodied hope, dignity, and the power of self-determination. Born into a world where Zimbabwe was enslaved by British colonial powers, Mugabe envisioned a society where native Zimbabweans would reclaim their land and rights. He joined the liberation movement not just as a leader, but as a teacher and thinker, spreading the belief that freedom was not just desired, it was deserved. The 1960s and 70s saw him rise as a driving force in the armed struggle, using guerrilla warfare to challenge British-backed rule. His unwavering resolve grew from a deep sense of justice, famously stating, "The only man you can trust is a dead man." That level of defiance fueled an entire nation's fight. Mugabe's enemies were powerful: colonial administrators, foreign powers, and Zimbabwean collaborators who sought to weaken the liberation movement. They painted him as a threat, vilified him in global narratives, and imprisoned him for over a decade. Yet behind bars, Mugabe's commitment only deepened. Prison wasn't his end, it became his forge. Emerging from prison stronger and more determined, he continued the fight, rallying people to persist against injustice. He refused to bow before colonial systems of oppression. His resilience showed that true greatness often lies in standing firm, even when the world conspires against you. Mugabe endured unimaginable suffering. Apart from his imprisonment, he experienced the loss of loved ones, poverty, and constant threats to his life. However, Mugabe viewed suffering as the ultimate price for liberation, declaring, "Our votes must go together with our guns. After all, any vote we shall have been the product of the gun." With courage rarely seen, he faced down armies and media warfare, holding fast to his mission to end Zimbabwe's status as Rhodesia, a land stolen by settler colonists. His struggle was a testament to the cost and value of freedom. What did Mugabe stand for that made him unforgettable? Above all else, he fought for the return of land to native Zimbabweans. He believed that without land ownership, true independence was an illusion. His land reform programs secured millions of acres for the marginalized population, despite global backlash. More than anything, Mugabe symbolized African self-reliance. His message echoed across the continent and the diaspora. Political freedom is not enough. Economic liberation is essential. Mugabe inspired generations with his words, "We are not anyone's subjects. We are not inferior to any other race." What set Robert Mugabe apart? His wisdom, resilience, and unparalleled willpower. He had flaws like any leader, but his commitment to African dignity remains undeniable. He transformed lives by challenging norms and breaking chains. Even his enemies could not ignore his determination and influence in shaping post-colonial African identity. Mugabe's charisma, intellect, and fiery speeches made him a legend. Despite his trials, he was a leader who stood firm, unapologetically declaring, "Africa must revert to what it was before the imperialists divided it. These are our borders, and we will fight to preserve them." Robert Mugabe's story is a call to action for the African diaspora. His resilience proves that the fight for dignity and freedom is worth every sacrifice. Remember, the power to create change resides within you. Reclaim your voice, challenge oppression, and honor those who struggled before you by seizing opportunities today. Let Mugabe's journey inspire you to stand proud of your heritage, fight for justice, and work toward a brighter future. The legacy of resilience is yours. Now, it's your turn to rise. Share this story, stand together, and let's continue to lift Africa and its people higher.